When your cat stretches the moment they see you, it may look small, ordinary, even forgettable. Most people think it's just a body movement, a little loosen up, a little routine, nothing more. But that simple stretch can actually be one of the clearest signals your cat gives you. Because in many cases, that moment is not about muscles. It's about you. It's your cat's quiet way of opening a connection, showing comfort, and saying far more than most owners ever realize. And once you understand what that stretch really means, you'll never look at it the same way again. 1. It's often a greeting, not a body reset. If your cat were only stretching because they felt stiff, they could do it at any time. A few minutes earlier, a few minutes later, in another room where nobody sees them. But many cats do it right when you appear, right when you walk in, sit down, or look their way. That timing matters. Cats are extremely economical with their behavior. They don't waste energy on dramatic gestures for no reason. So when your cat stretches the second they notice you, it's often a form of greeting, a soft, silent signal that says, "I see you, I'm relaxed, I'm comfortable enough to open up around you." And for a cat, that matters more than people think. Stretching exposes the body. It lowers guard. It happens most easily when they feel safe. 2. Your presence is part of the trigger. A lot of owners miss this part completely. The stretch is not always happening because the cat suddenly needed to stretch. Sometimes it happens because your arrival changed the emotional moment. Your cat sees you in shift state. Maybe they were resting. Maybe they were watching from a distance. Maybe they were half alert. But then you appear and their body responds. Not in fear, not in tension, in release. That's why this behavior can feel so personal. Because it is. Your cat is not just reacting to the room. They are reacting to you being in it. If you notice your cat does this more around you than around other people, that's usually not random. It often means your presence feels especially familiar, predictable, and safe. 3. It can be part of your cat's bonding language. Cats don't bond the way dogs do. They don't always rush over, wag, or make their feelings obvious. Their affection is quieter, more selective, more subtle. That's what makes this so easy to miss. A stretch near you can be part of the same relationship language as slow blinking, head rubbing, sitting near your feet, or showing up in a room where you are. It's one of those small moments that says your cat is not just tolerating you. They are including you in their emotional space. And once a cat starts building little rituals around you, those rituals become meaningful. The stretch may happen when you come home, when you wake up, when you sit on the couch, when you enter the kitchen. It starts looking like routine, but underneath that routine is recognition. Your cat is saying in their own way, "You matter here." 4. They may also be leaving a comfort signal behind. There's another layer to this that most people never think about. Cats have scent glands in several parts of their body, and their paws play a role in how they interact with familiar spaces. So when your cat stretches, presses into a surface, or extends their paws near where you usually sit or sleep, that moment may not be just visual. It can also be part of how they settle, claim comfort, and reinforce a sense of belonging, not in an aggressive way, in a safe way. It's less stay away and more this is part of my world. That's why some cats love stretching beside you on the bed, near your legs on the couch, or directly in your path on the floor. They're not just taking up space. They're placing themselves where connection happens. If this is making you see your cat differently, like the video, subscribe to Whiska, and tell me in the comments if your cat does this when they see you. 5. Some cats do it more for their favorite person. Cats are selective. They do not express themselves equally with everyone. Even in the same home, one person often gets more trust signals than the others. More eye contact, more following, more slow blinks, more random closeness. And yes, sometimes more stretching. If your cat walks past someone else but stretches the second they come to you, that may be a sign of preference. Not because you're the loudest, not always because you feed them most, but because your energy, consistency, and past interactions have taught your cat that you are a safe emotional landing place. That doesn't mean they dislike anyone else. It just means the bond with you may run deeper. Cats don't hand that out equally. 6. The morning stretch can be especially meaningful. If your cat stretches when you wake up, that's often even more personal. They may have been awake before you. They may have moved around, watched the room, changed spots, or simply waited. And then, when your eyes open, there it is. That moment can work like a ritual greeting, a reset, almost like your cat saying, "You're up now, we're together again." Morning behavior in cats often reveals relationship patterns very clearly, because that's when they are most aware of transitions. Sleep to wakefulness, quiet to activity, distance to interaction. So if your cat stretches right beside your bed, near your face, or in front of you the moment you get up, don't dismiss it as random timing. For many cats, it's one of the warmest and most trusting parts of the day. 7. When they stretch right in your way, they want to be noticed. You've probably seen this before. You stand up to go somewhere, and suddenly your cat is stretched out exactly where you need to walk. In the doorway, in the hallway, in front of the kitchen. That placement is not accidental. Cats understand your patterns better than most people realize. They know where you move. They know where your attention usually goes. So when they choose that exact space to stretch, they are often making sure you notice them. It's not desperate. It's confident. Your cat is basically saying, "Pause, see me, acknowledge me for a second." And most of the time, it works. You stop, you look down, you smile, you speak. You change your movement because of them. And your cat learns that this tiny behavior is power. 8. If your cat never does this, it still means something. Now, maybe you've been listening to all this thinking, "Mine doesn't do that at all." That does not automatically mean something is wrong. Some cats are naturally less expressive. Some show trust in other ways. Some need longer to build habits like this. But it can also mean one of two things. Either your cat doesn't feel fully relaxed enough to do it often, or they've learned that this kind of signal doesn't get much response. Cats repeat behaviors that feel safe and effective. If they try to connect and nobody notices, they may simply stop offering that signal as much. The good news is that this can change. Start noticing the quieter things. Pause when your cat approaches. Return the slow blink. Speak softly. Respect their space. Keep your energy calm and predictable. Over time, many cats become more expressive when they realize their signals are being received. So when your cat stretches the moment they see you, don't write it off as nothing. It may be a greeting, a sign of trust, a moment of comfort, a tiny ritual that only happens because you are part of their world. And for a species that hides so much, those small signals matter. The more you notice them, the stronger your bond becomes. If you want to understand your cat on a deeper level, subscribe to Whiska and keep learning with me.